Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here, and today we're gonna talk about the 2021 movie Black Phone. Actually, just saw the first one. It gets a 6.9 on IMDb. It's directed by Scott Derrickson. It gets a 6 from me, so it's a good score. It's a psychological horror movie, supernatural horror movie, horror thriller, mystery. Um, for me, it was more of a supernatural thriller, you know, than a horror movie. Although you had horrifying moments, but they're usually what they say, what they did to it. So tortured kids that were killed, and they're explaining what they did to them, you know, and it's that is the horrifying part. Now, our main protagonist is Finney, played by Mason Thames. Don't know. I saw his movie record. I don't know any of his movies. Then Madeline McGraw is his sister Gwen. She apparently was in Toy Story 4. And then the grabber, that's the killer's nickname, Ethan Hawke. And first of all, Ethan Hawke is just so Finney, Gwen, Ethan Hawke, the trifecta, a perfect trifecta. And I actually thought, oh, maybe we see Maya Hawke, because I love Maya Hawke from Stranger Things, from other movies. I think she's funny. I think she's witty. Yeah. Well, especially Ethan Hawke as the grabber he's just he's really into that role. So basically, in Denver, I believe Denver somewhere, kids are being grabbed from the street. The movie starts after a baseball match. We see Finney. He has a cannon of an arm throwing the baseball, and then you have the guy with the bat. Finney almost has him, but the last one, the last ball, the third ball, he hits a home run, and that's Bruce Yamada. Now Bruce, he's friendly. He says, "Man, Finney, your arm is mint, man." And you see him going home on his bicycle, and he's laughing, and then we see a missing person picture of Bruce. So there, yeah, there are multiple kids being nabbed, being grabbed. One kid, Robin, and I have to say, there is a scene in this where Robin, I thought he was a Native American, because he had this bandana and that long black hair, but nobody was a Latin, because he said puto and pendejo. But I have to say, the kid, he's challenging the school bully who's twice his size, and I shit you not, he says, the bully says, "I'm gonna fuck you up," and he says, "Then do it." And he wants to hit him. He steps back like a real fighter, because I boxed. You can immediately see that he does a good thing with his legs. The left leg in front, the other leg in back, because he's right-handed. So he immediately just
Scared. Come on.
Holy shit!
Let's go.
assholes follow him there, and they say like, you see that plaque on the door? It says men's room, no, fag room. And then Robin comes in with a bloody hand because, like I said, he went on town with that bully. I mean, he was really just hitting him while he was down, like boom, boom, boom. So he's just going through these bullies. I mean, hey, Finney, that boy really had a sharp teeth. And he stayed, and the three guys want to leave, and they say, hey, if you ever mess with Finney, you mess with me, okay? And these guys immediately, okay, back down. I mean, this kid is super cool. He could have been Rambo Jr. But then we see him walking, and we see a blurry vision of a black van, a guy stepping out. Now, eventually, well, Finney and Gwen live in this house that's not. It, the dad drinks, and he's hitting Gwen with a belt because she has these dreams. He can see the future, or she can see the things that she can, like the police detectives believe her, these two detectives, because she's saying things that were not in the newspaper. She said black balloons, a guy wearing a top hat in a black van. That's what I know. So they believe her, and the dad is angry, and he starts to whip her like shit. Finney's standing there. No, Dad, no. Because, okay, the story is that the dad became an alcoholic because the mom, his wife, had the same dreams like Gwen. Saw things, and he doesn't. But she committed suicide. So then he started to drink, and he doesn't want Gwen to be like that. Eventually, but Gwen and Finney are really tight. There is also a moment with these three bullies after Robin was nabbed. These three bullies, they come back for Finney, and then they're hitting him on the ground. But you see Gwen coming. You see, he pushes one guy, he takes a rock, bam, him on his fucking face, throws a rock against another guy, then wants to take him down with this wrestling move, but eventually the guy's too heavy, too strong, and she gets kicked on the ground, but Finney's just laying there. Finney is stronger than he doesn't know how strong he actually is, but he's insecure. So eventually she's sitting on the sideline when they're still kicking Finney with this guy where she bashed the rock in, and you see the blood coming from his head, and she's sitting, and she has Gwen has a bloody mouth, and she's sitting next to him. And after that, they're just talking, like they're jumping with all the bruises. I mean, Gwen is a real fighter, really, really. I mean, fuck all these kids. Now, of course, okay, just Black Phone. Why Black Phone? So Finney gets eventually abducted by the grabber. The grabber looks like...
Well, isn't that just peachy keen?
You need some help?
Willy Wonka, basically.
You see that?
Yeah.
And he has all these...
Would you hand me my hat?
Basically, what he does is he puts them
Yes,
all,
sir.
puts them on the kid.
I
So the kid
am a part-time magician.
takes this
Would you like to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
hamster and
Yeah.
throws it in the mouth. Now,
Are those black balloons in there?
Yeah.
And they're done, and he puts them put another mask on, put on a piece on like a happy face or a sad face. If he's a sad face, better watch the fuck out. Then he can also take it off and only have
Here, I soundproofed it myself. So shout if you like, you won't bother anyone.
part, but he always has a piece
You're
of
the one who killed the others.
wants to let him
Bruce.
see photo, his actual face.
Robin.
I think because he
That wasn't me.
can't live with himself.
That was someone else.
He doesn't have the mask on.
I will never make you do anything that you won't.
The black phone. Okay, so in this
Like?
basement, there's a black phone that doesn't work. It's a
If you try to touch me, I'll scratch your face. And whoever's coming will see and ask why.
So it rings multiple times, and eventually
This face?
he picks up, and it's Bruce.
Hang up the phone now.
And these kids don't know their name. They're killed by the grabber, but they don't know their name. And then he says, "Your arm is like mint, Finney." And then he's, "Bruce? Bruce Yamada?" "Yeah, Bruce. Bruce, that's my name." And he says, "I've been hiding this, and the crack in the wall, you can use this wire, and every kid is calling that has been killed. There's one shot when you see the first kid, he's calling, it's this turning shot, and you see the fucked up kid, killed kid in the back, standing behind him. And then there's also at a point this floating kid, like you see the blood on his face. So that's the gory part. And then you see the disturbing part, and the kid does like this, and then the phone goes, and then he picks up the phone. And now what this grabber does, it's a complete mindfuck. He leaves the door unlocked because he wants them to be naughty boys. I'm guessing he only takes boys. So if you're a naughty boy, he will beat you. So if you go up, he's sitting there waiting for you. One of the kids is saying that, on a chair with a belt. Again with a belt. What is this? 80s with belt whipping? I mean, fuck. Belting kids. The dad of Finney and Gwen. And now Gwen is also having dreams to find Finney, and she's also on her quest. And the police doesn't know how close they came. They go in this house where a guy with a big dog, and he says Samson. The dog's named Samson.
So, all the kids live in the same district, right? They all walk to and from school. They were all grabbed on the way home from school, except for Robin Arellano. He was grabbed on a Saturday afternoon on his way to the store to get some pop and a candy bar,
Sure, we're
right?
well aware of
Listen, he has to be able to grab these kids and get them back to his place very quickly, which means he got a house with a garage. And he can't risk them getting away or waking him up if he's knocking him out, which means that the grabber has to live somewhere in this.
I saw it when I watched it with my wife. He's sitting on, he snorts a coke up and sits on the chair, stupid Max. And then you see it going down, and I thought it was going to another scene, but in one take it goes down into Max's basement. So that was the house where the grabber lived. The brother of Max is the grabber. Now, like I said, he wants them to go upstairs, sitting there with his upper body naked for some reason, waiting with his belt. And at some point, a ghost says he's sleeping now, and there is a padlock, and I know the combination. Do it now. He's sleeping because he didn't sleep for days, so he's taking that risk going up. He escapes, actually. He's running away, yelling, "Hey, the grabber, the grabber!" The lights go on, but the grabber takes him, puts him on the ground. He says, if you squeal one time, I'll cut you. I'm gonna gut you, and then strangle you with your own intestines, naughty boy. So he's now officially a naughty boy, and this means he's gonna die. Now, spoiler warning, okay? The last kid that calls him is Robin. And Robin said in the toilet in the beginning of the movie. You know what I said to you, Finney? You know what I said? They were talking about movies like Friday the 13th, and that's why I know it's the 80s and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But he also said you have to, one day you have to stand up for yourself. And he knows this. He says, I know. So he says, you have to stand up for yourself. Take the phone and put sand in it, so it's like a weight, and stand in the simple position of a boxer.
Have to be.
Left foot front,
You're getting out of
back
here. If
foot
you can't do it for you,
behind,
do it for me.
What does it matter?
Because I don't want to die for nothing.
first,
I want to at least have died for a friend.
left foot
And
back,
because I can't kill that hijo de puta, you have to do it for me.
and go back again and cross punch.
How?
And go back again, cross.
You're gonna use a weapon.
Do this constantly.
What weapon?
The one in your hand.
Heavy, make it heavier.
The phone?
With the sand in.
Fill the receiver with dirt. Pack it in tight. Give it some heft.
Then what?
So,
Then you practice. Over and over. You raise the phone. Take a fast step back. Step forward, step back, and swing.
next guy,
Try it.
he starts to know and put pieces together, and he goes to the basement and he says, "Oh, Max, oh, I knew he was doing something fucked up."
Mary, mother of God.
Please, help. Can you call my dad? Call my sister.
Oh, listen, don't worry, he's not here. He had to go into work. I'm Max, man. Stay calm. No wonder he's freaking out this morning.
And then he says,
Hey, you want to know the story about how I found you, man? Hey, no. Don't worry about it. We can talk about this.
real slow and enjoy this, and with the axe. So there's a battle ensues, the axe, and he loses the axe. Eventually, Phineas made this kind of Home Alone parkour where he falls, he breaks his foot on this crate that he laid down on the floor. So Finney has him incapacitated. He puts Samson, the dog, in front of the door so Finney can't escape. But Finney is now hitting him. It's so cool. And it's, he chokes him. Now, Gwen also knows what
It's for you.
Welcome to the nightmare end of your pathetic little life. You don't have much time. Today's the day, motherfucker. I can't kill you, hijo de puta. So Finn is gonna do it for me. Finn's arm is...
Past the dog, because one of these kids made a hole and came out in the fridge, but he couldn't open the fridge because it's with these two locks. So he takes a piece of meat, throws it like a pork chop, throws it to Samson, he eats from it, and he goes upstairs. And he goes out the door like a man, and Gwen sees him, and the detectives come. And Finney, eventually, he's coming at school, and everybody's like, the guy killed the grabber. And then he sits in the biochemistry lab, and with a partner, and she says, "Hey, Finney, you can call me Finn." And he becomes Finn in the second movie. He doesn't like to be called Finney. He's now Finn. He's the evolution of Finney. Finn, the secure badass. Now, a few things that I noticed was they're not saying that the grabber is killed or apprehended or his body taken out. They're just saying about the kids. And that's something I sort of noticed. Is he dead? Did they find him? Because there's a second movie. But like I said, I watched the trailer and they spoiled a lot for me. He's dead. But in the second movie, he's coming from the dead and is now gonna, through the phone, he's gonna try to torture Finney in that way. Finn. So yeah, he was the Finney killed him. Oh, let's see, Finn killed him. But they're not saying that the body or something, or the grabber, they don't mention the killer or the grabber in any way, shape or form or whatever they, no. But okay, this movie it's a good movie. The only thing is, it's a slow movie, and I think for a lot of people that may be somewhat of a bummer. It takes a long time before we actually see the grabber doing his thing, and let's say first half of the movie it's just Finney and kids going missing, seeing a black van in blurry coming towards the kids in a blurry way, and see this guy with a cape coming out, like I said, Willy Wonka. And then it starts with Finney going to the basement. When he's going into the basement, he gets these phone calls, and that's an interesting idea. But a lot of reviewers said this too. I would have liked a little bit more of a backstory, not from Finney, because we get enough of that, but from the grabber, and why he's like, because he also hears a phone and he also hears the voices, so he has the same sort of supernatural power that Finney has. So I'm guessing that's why he comes back in the second movie, but that's what I wished that it was. But it was a great movie, great acting. I like the kid actors, Finney, Gwen, Robin. Ethan Hawke is just on par with that role of being the grabber. He's really being from sad to a maniac to angry, and it's to very kind. It's just so cool. So yeah, I recommend this movie for sure. Give it a watch. But I said, don't watch the second trailer. Don't watch it. The second movie trailer, the part 2 trailer. Don't watch it, because yeah. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time. Bye bye.